candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago.
Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Penapple and today I'm doing the Holiday House speed build. So if you're interested in this build, you can download it off of the gallery. My origin ID is penappleYT. So in case you didn't know, challah is a type of bread, a Jewish type of bread, and it is very delicious. And so it's sort of a pun, challah, holidays, yeah. Anyways, I can't pronounce it in the true way it's supposed to be pronounced with the sort of no, I can't do it. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna nope, can't do it. But anyways, this house ended up being about 152,000 simoleons, so it's kind of expensive. It's on a 30 by 20 lot. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, and it took me about 4 hours to build. So not a huge amount of time. Not my fastest time, I don't know. I've started to realize that I just need to accept that I'm a slow builder. Like, I try and go faster, but then I just get so wrapped up in all the little details. But anyways, so this house is sort of supposed to be an older house, a bit more traditional, and I kind of imagine it as being sort of maybe a bubby's house, which is grandmother's house. Sort of a house that the family comes to visit every once in a while for like holidays and whatnot. And so yeah, I really, really like it. Oh, also, before I forget, I was using SimCookie Snow mod to film the intro of this. I don't use it when I'm actually building because I think my game would have a heart attack. But yeah, so I'll leave the link to that mod down below just in case you're interested in it. It's a fun one. But yeah, so I am not Jewish. I think like my great grandmother or my great grandmother on my dad's side, like I think on my dad's side was Jewish, but yeah, so I'm not Jewish. I took a DNA test once and I was like 0.5% Ashkenazi Jew, but anyways, so I'm not personally, but this season is so Christmas dominated that I wanted to, throw in something that wasn't just Christmas, and so hopefully you guys like it. Yeah, my boyfriend is he's a bit culturally Jewish. He's definitely not religiously Jewish. But yeah, so he encouraged me to build this, and I really like how it came out. So, but yeah, anyways, but yeah, so the part of the story behind this build is I was originally only going to do a sort of dining room, but as I was building the dining room, I kept being like, okay, but this is where, the kitchen would be, this is where the living room would be, and I just kind of was like, you gotta build the whole house. You can't just build the dining room. So it ended up being an entire house, and the house has a very blue theme to it, and I really, really like it. I think it turned out really well. But yeah, so because it's an older house, I tried to make the layout kind of close off, and so you have that hallway that can lead straight to the kitchen, but you'd also could walk through the living room and the dining room to get to the kitchen. And so I thought that was really cute, and just when I was building this, I was kind of imagining what my grandparents' house used to be. Like, when I think of my grandparents' house, I think of my mom's parents, both of who have unfortunately passed a while back, but I have a lot of good childhood memories of living in their house, and so I kind of was going for the vibe I got from that house. And my dad's mom is still alive, but she lives in not really a motorhome. It's kind of weird, but it's like a mope. I don't even know what it is, but anyways, she's fun. My dad's grandma, or my dad's mom, because she migrates like a bird. Every year she goes, she spends summer in the summer warmer season in Oregon, and then she spends the winter season in Las Vegas. Nevada, just because she likes mild weather, and so she just every year she just moves, and I personally don't understand that, but that's what she does. But yeah, anyways, so yes, you're talking and things are coming out of your mouth and we are going, okay, kitchen. So I cut out a lot of the coloring of this because it got kind of long, and so I felt like for this kitchen, I kind of shot myself in the foot. I made it a bit too small, but I did and I didn't. Like, it's really small because there are so many doorways. Like, there's the bathroom door, there's the outside door, there's the pantry door, there's a door to the kitchen or to the hallway, and then there's a door to the living room, and it's just like, or an archway, and it's just like not enough space. And also, I was kind of tired when building this, and it was really funny because my boyfriend kept coming over and having all these ideas, and finally he was like, you must be really tired for me to be coming up with these ideas before you. Sorry, I'm still trying to get over that stupid cold, but one of the ideas he had, which was an amazing idea, and I really wish I had thought of it. One second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to clear my throat. Didn't really help, but I didn't want to do it on camera. But anyway, so his idea was to make the kitchen kosher, which is like, duh, Penelope. If most practicing Jews have a kosher kitchen, because that's part of their religion, and it's kind of a really obvious one. So it's not a full-on kosher kitchen. I managed to fit in 2 refrigerators, so that would be one for dairy and one for meat, I think. But I unfortunately don't have like 2 sinks or 2 dishwashers or anything, so it's not a fully kosher kitchen. But that was me trying to backtrack. And I couldn't backtrack very far without changing the entire house. But yeah, so he also had the idea of putting the giant menorah out on the lawn, because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to decorate this. And he was like, why don't you size up a menorah? And I was like, oh my gosh, I am so tired. I don't know why I was so tired when filming this. But yeah, this build is just so homey looking. I really, really like it. Which, that reminds me, the word homey, I really like that word because it sounds like homely. And if you don't know, homely means ugly, which is really, it's a weird, unfortunate word. And so my mom and my dad went to Europe for like vacation, and they brought me back this little wooden ornament. And on the back of it, it says something about this homely wooden ornament. And I know that they meant homey, but it was just so funny because they were calling their own product ugly. Anyways, that was a little bit of a side story, but sorry, I'm so sorry about my coughing and blah, blah. But anyways, so yeah, I do just really like how homey this place looks, and I tried to make it so that the furniture looked older, but and a little bit mismatched, like somebody had been collecting this furniture over a lifetime, you know, and maybe they had even inherited a couple pieces from their parents. So like some 100-year-old furniture, whatever, in here. And I really like how it turned out. And I was a little nervous about going too hardcore blue, but I think I managed to vary it up enough so it's not too intense. And yeah, and so also I put 2 menorahs inside the house. I put one in the more traditional location of the window, which is what you saw in the intro. And so it's actually supposed to go in the window. At least that's what I read from Wikipedia. So, you know, I could be talking out of my pahootie. What? Oh gosh. I think I was trying to say patootie, tushy. I don't know. Well, moving on. But anyways, and then I also put one in the dining room, just because you might as well have more than one. It's a holiday house, as you know. But yeah, so oh, I remember what I wanted to say. I don't know if I mentioned that I forgot something, but I did forget something. What I wanted to say is I am surprised that there is no challah bread in game, especially because, I mean, I know it's not super specifically a Hanukkah bread, but it is a pretty famous bread, and they have stuff like garlic bread or like rainbow something bread or whatever. And so I was just really surprised that they didn't have that in game. I mean, they'll probably introduce it at some point, but I was like surprised and a little bit sad because like that's a really like well-known type of bread. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I also, for this house, you can see there are some like articles around and stuff, and so I kind of tried to make it look like they were proud grandparents or parents in general. So, you know, there's like in the front room, there's like articles lining the wall, so it's sort of like whenever a guest comes over, they'll point to the wall and be like, look at what my grandchild did, or look at what my daughter did, I'm so proud, we're so proud, that sort of thing, that, you know, grandparents sort of do. But yeah, I had a lot of fun decorating this house. I hope I didn't go too overboard on the greenery. I mean, greenery is actually very pagan, and Christmas trees are also very pagan. It was way back when in the past, when Christianity, there was a group, like I think the church was just trying to sort of suppress pagan holidays, and they did so by taking them over and merging some of them, which is really interesting. So the Christmas trees and like the holly and all that stuff that we have around the Christmas season is actually from pagan stuff. So it's not really Christmassy, but it's also not really Hanukkah-y. So but anyways, I tried my best. I don't know, I feel so awkward about this build just because I'm not Jewish, so, you know, I hope I'm not, like, offending anybody, but anyways, I'm also not Christian, and I did Christmas builds, but I did celebrate Christmas growing up. But anyways, I'm just kind of, like, rambling about this a little bit, but there was one thing I wanted to mention. So, towards the end, I accidentally, messed up some of the recording for the exterior, and I just wanted to tell you why. So when I was like getting towards the end of building this house, I got a call, and so I messed with the recording because I forgot to stop recording, but I exited out of it was weird. But anyway, so I got a call, and that call led to me getting a job. So that is really exciting for me. I finally have a job. I'm not quite sure how it's going to affect this channel. Hopefully not super negatively, but you know, you gotta have a job. Job has to come first. But yeah, so that's gonna be starting in January, so I'm really excited about that, really nervous, but you know, they really like me, and so I'm excited to start. But yeah, so now I'm doing the upstairs, and I did not do as much if any really Hanukkah decorations, just because I feel like most people don't really decorate the upstairs or the bedrooms as much. Usually those are left untouched just because like nobody gets to see those, and part of the whole point of decorating is so other people can enjoy it. Also, with all the decorations outside, I was just kind of like, this bubby must have had like somebody come help her to decorate this, because otherwise it would have to be like an inhuman, like super strong, powerful, like old lady to be able to decorate all of that and like climb the roof or whatever. But yeah, I thought this bedroom was so cute. Like, I can just imagine you know, like a grandparents couple who's been married for like 40 years, like, you know, living in that room. And so then the other two bedrooms are really small. One of them is smaller than the other, and the smaller one is the one that got the double bed. And so my idea behind that was I was kind of imagining, you know, I think at my grandparents' place, they had this room that they had shoved a double bed into, and so that was in case like my parents, both of them came over, and so they would both sleep in that tiny room in that double bed. And so that was kind of the point. And so the double bed works. It's just really funny. And then this room is a kid's room, and I really like this room because it has lots of toys, and it has like this really old computer in it, and it reminds me of how my grandparents' house was. They had a whole room they had dedicated as a playroom, and I always thought that was so cool. Like, and whenever I went over to their house, I was always playing in that room, and they had so many cool toys, and it was just so much fun. But yeah, here's that double bed I talked about, and it's like, this definitely looks like an in-laws room, you know, like just somewhere where you stick people who need somewhere to sleep desperately for the night. But yeah, it's really, really teeny tiny, but still functional. Surprisingly still functional. I also tried to make that bedroom a bit more traditionally gender neutral or whatever, so it kind of worked. I also like how I changed that table right there. Like, that's the third table I used there. I like really was picky about the table, but now I'm getting to the exterior decorating, which I had a lot of fun with. It was a little bit hard just because the only wall decorations for Hanukkah are pretty small and thin, and they had to have fine details, and so even when you size them up, they're not as striking as, say, the wreath or the what's it called? I don't know, the thing with the leafy, oh gosh. But anyways, like, I can't even remember what they're called. But yeah, so this is actually the first house that I tried the snow mod on. I published a more Christmassy, sort of a ski chalet build for a collaboration, and so I used the snow mod on that one, but I actually filmed this one first. But I could have had it ready earlier, but I was just like really tired, and I was like, you can save this one. You can save this one for next week, and then you will be less anxious. And that was the truth. But yeah, so it was kind of weird. I put lots of lights around, and it kind of made those bushes glow really weirdly, and it was kind of intense. Like, it doesn't look that way normally, but with the snow mod it does. But yeah, so like I said, I wish that there were more like Hanukkah themed decorations. I think that would have made this a little bit easier. But yeah. But yeah, I kind of went crazy with the garlands. Is that the word? Garlands? Anyway, I went kind of crazy with the decorations. And in a way, it's kind of hypnotic, I think. You know, just kind of like placing all of them, and like I almost like get distracted by it. One of the things I really liked here was I liked putting those sort of little dreidel decorations and sizing them up so that they got, you know, smaller. I thought that was really fun and cute. So I really enjoyed that. And I actually, for the thumbnail picture, I recreated one of those, or two of them, I guess. And so I thought that really spiced up the thumbnail. But yeah, interestingly enough, the first day of Hanukkah actually starts on, trying to look, I'm like reaching over the desk to look at my, yeah, okay, to look at my calendar. It's, sorry, it starts on the 24th, which is really interesting how much it coincides with, I almost said Thanksgiving, but no, with Christmas this year. It'll probably make the traffic a lot worse, to be honest. But yeah, I'm thinking for my holiday season for Christmas, I'm probably going to go home on like the 20th or something. So I'm trying to get some of my videos done in advance, just, you know, so that, because I've said this before, but I do not have computer access at my parents' house, at least not my desktop, so I can't record, and I don't have the editing software on my laptop, so I can't edit, and so I'm kind of just like stuck only being able to like answer comments, and that's about it. Like, I don't even have Photoshop on my laptop. I just have everything on my desktop computer. Yeah. And that's because I actually really like a mouse better than a mouse trackpad, like, ugh. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan for, you know, my holiday season. If you guys would like to share your plans for holiday season, I would love to hear them. You know, especially if you guys have any stories about celebrating Hanukkah. I'd love to hear, you know, more about the holiday than I know, because I don't know a huge amount about it. But yeah, so here, it was interesting. It's interesting, the sort of flooring, the like glowing floor from Spa Day, that's how I got that like snow effect right now. It kind of just makes the perfect snow. Like it's actually kind of textured like snow and it looks really good. But it made for some weirdness when I deleted it when I downloaded the snow mod, because then I didn't use tile for the little pathway there. I used like shading, ground shading, and so that like bleeded out past the tiles and it looked really weird and I had to correct it. I don't know. That's not really interesting. I don't know why per se I'm talking about it. But yeah, here I'm starting to light up everything, and I end up adding in those sort of string lights that came with City Living. And so I kind of maybe went a little bit overboard with those, but I mean, what didn't I go overboard with in this build? Let's be honest. I kind of went a little crazy. Little bit. I think one of my favorite things is on the back roof there's a snowman and two snowmen sitting on the little top of the roof. But yeah, I feel like this house would have to like already have a blue color scheme, because this would all be way too much to coordinate just for Hanukkah. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine how much effort that would take. But yeah, here's about where I think some of the footage got cut out, because I got that really awesome phone call telling me I had a job. But anyways, yeah, so we are coming up on the end of this build. I will be posting a Christmas video on the 24th, I think, yeah, which is a little ironic because that's when Hanukkah starts, so maybe I should be posting anyways, moving on. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to give me a like, a comment, or subscribe, especially when you'd like to be notified of when my next build is. The screenshots should be coming up pretty soon. There's still like so much time. I started this outro way too soon. Like, oh my goodness, I didn't plan enough for this build. Like, I wrote down notes of things to talk about, but those went so fast. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great day. Safe travels for holidays season. It can get kind of rough out there. It's supposed to snow in my area again, which I love. I love snow so much. I could talk ages about snow, but we are actually now getting close enough to the screenshots where I feel comfortable saying, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!